think this is one of the prettiest drives along 412 here.
Except when the traffic is stacked up.
Yeah, that's not so good. Hey, did you see that article on MSN about charity scams?
No, I didn't. But that's interesting. I guess that got popular because of the article the other day about Susan G. Komen.
Yeah, it's funny that we just wrote, I guess, what was it, 3 days ago or so, about the Susan G. Komen Foundation and how much money the CEO was making.
Yes.
So MSN Money did an article, and they actually named names of the top 10 charity scams in the United States. And you'd be amazed at the amount of, or at how little, I should say, of your dollar that you donate to some of these places actually ends up at the charity.
It actually goes to the cause? How little
to the
of it
cause.
actually goes to the cause?
Well, to the cause or to the charity, because in some cases, the people who actually do most of this is done by telephone, and the people who actually do the telephone work sometimes keep the lion's share of the money and then just pass a little bit of it on to the charity, and they take what they need and then pass it on to the cause. And so sometimes by the time the cause gets it, it's less than 1%, believe it or not.
So less than a penny of your dollar is going to the cause.
That's exactly right.
Wow. So how does this happen? I mean, do they borrow the names of real organizations? They spin up names that are one-off from, like American Red Cross or...
Yeah, that's exactly how they do it. They do it that way, and they do it via the telephone so that, it's kind of a high-pressure sales pitch. I'm sure, how we have these people call us all the time and say, hey, would you like to donate to the, whatever, International Society of Highway Patrolmen or something silly like that. And they'll use something that you're familiar with, like
Highway
Patrol or breast cancer or Children's Fund or something like that. Fireman's, yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So it's pretty crazy. So it definitely is a watch out for people to take a look at, when they go to donate money, make sure that they're donating it to a cause or to a charity where it's actually going to end up at the cause.
So if somebody calls me on the phone and wants me to donate, and I'm not sure they're real, is there a question that I can ask them that will prove or disprove their legitimacy to me right there on the phone? Or the fact if I ask them questions and say, okay, well, let me research and you can call me back, is that going to be something that would flush those guys out? Because when you go to research them, you can't find them?
Well, actually, that's a great idea. One of the things they said in the article was that any legitimate charity is going to be more than happy to have you donate, at a time and at a level of your choosing. So you're not going to find a charity, a valid charity, legitimate charity, that's going to hit you with a high-pressure sales pitch and say, I need you to donate right now, get your credit card out, yada, yada, let's get this thing done. Occasionally, you would find somebody maybe who's doing a telethon or something of that nature. But you could ask questions like, hey, what is your website? Let me check it out, and you call me back, and I'll decide. The best way to do it would be to just decide on a charity, beforehand that you donate to. And it's perfectly okay to say, no, thank you, I donate to, the National Glaucoma Foundation or whatever your charity is. So
on the heels of the video and information that we shared the other day about Susan G. Komen, we said, do your research on who you're donating to, and decide what your tolerable limit is of what percentage of your money is actually going to the cause, and just stick to it. Don't be persuaded by high pressure tactics to give your money to somebody else.
That's exactly right. Anyway, thought that was a cool article.
Sounds very interesting. So they actually name names in this article.
They do. They name the names of the top 10 And I think the one who actually, the most of the money actually got through to the cause was something minuscule, like 5%.
Oh my gosh.
Some of them were actually less, like I said, less than 1%, like 0.09 or something crazy like that. So,
wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
So the information for the article is going to be, where can I find that?
Well, it's funny you should ask, because I'm actually going to put a blog post together on it, and the best place to find that would be to go to www.snapblogging.com.
There you go.